How and why should schools introduce awareness on ESG among students? Yes, someone also asked me that same question, right? Why in schools and why among students? ESG seems to be all about corporate, all about governance and all of that. Yes, we had some examples from daily life, but how does it impact that bigger picture? Right? And that is what we all want to know. Haven't we seen that whatever we do impacts everyone else at any age? Something a 5-year-old does is going to impact someone. The problem is we don't understand how it is impacted. That's a big challenge on both, on E side, S side, government side. We saw, imagine if indiscipline grows amongst the youngsters, which I'm not saying it is, it's just an example, and more people look at that, and there is no repercussion, you will have a whole bunch of indisciplined people in society. Imagine when they grow, what are they going to do to government? They're going to ruin it. Right? Because what you learn young is what you become when you are old. As simple as that. And therefore, it's super important to have ESG in schools at young ages. That is the idea. Second important thing is, if we don't inculcate these habits, these attitudes, this concept now, what will you do later? When I was young, and these things are just started, all the talk about climate change, there's a problem with the ocean and the water, trees are going away, and it really did not impact us. The air was not so bad. Even in summers in the early morning, I remember I could easily sleep without a fan, forget an AC. The weather was good. And I thought, someone else will do. This is not my job. The government has to do. And imagine in just 20 years, I'm in a space and I'm wondering what happened, what went wrong. We do not want you all to be in that same space. Please inculcate all this now. Don't be stupid like my generation has been, or my generation above me. We have ruined the environment. We want to make sure you don't make it worse. In fact, you should be improving it. How will you do it? To build this up in your life while you are growing. So that's one of the most important reasons for having ESG in schools among students of all categories. Additionally, of course, I would like to put in a couple of more items over here to tell you why it's important. There is a genuine risk of the earth collapsing fast. We are not talking now about 20, 30 years. We're talking about 5 years, 10 years if we don't do something. We are on critical, crucial survival mode. There is going to be a lot of problems. Okay, so by that time, some of you may still be kids. So imagine how fast these changes are happening. Who's going to heal the earth? As I said, it's going to be you people, not us. We will definitely be there to contribute, but that attitude still needs to change much more. If you are so much aware, and we had some examples, who tells you that a 10-year-old cannot guide or teach a 50-year-old? This is not about making money. This is not about doing lofty things. This is about your soul. This is about your heart. This is about your understanding of the environment. This has no age group. In fact, younger people are smarter in all this than the older ones. Right? And I think you are the ones who can carry this message across to everyone. That look, enough is enough. I know environment better than you. And that could be a 10-year-old telling a 50-year-old. And that is what we want. And that is what is going to bring the change in the whole society. The other important aspect is, because of all this pressure around us, everything is moving towards imbibing or incorporating ESG in our daily life. Okay? This is the third revolution we are having in the last around 100 to 150 years. The first one was the Industrial Revolution. It brought with it a lot of pain, a lot of problems. And a whole lot of people who are not able to adapt to the Industrial Revolution faced a lot of problems, poverty, death, hunger, famine. The ones who could adapt grew, became huge, became industrialists, millionaires, billionaires. You all read it. A lot of you all will have it in history. What was the Industrial Revolution and factories and all of that. The second phase became the digital age, right? And all these happened for 10, 15 years. The transition. And you've seen what was the impact on India, forget the world. A whole generation, even some of the younger ones in the teens today, have no clue about computers and software. And they are all going to be jobless, right? Today, everyone hears about jobs. There are jobs. Jobs cannot just be given. Today, you need to know computers, right? It has to be your core of your foundation. If you don't, you will not get anything, even if you are the smartest person on earth. So this is a second revolution which happened. The ones who managed this revolution are safe. But within that, so many people got left out. Jobless, no work, stress. ESG is that third major revolution happening now. You're part of it. Imagine being part of one of the greatest revolutions on earth and the world has ever seen. And this is not going to take 15, 20 years. It's happening now. It's going to happen in 3 to 5 years. If you don't understand this, if you are not part of it, if you are not contributing to it, and if you're not teaching it and practicing it, you are going to be jobless. You are going to be part of the people on the queues we saw after the industrial revolution, after the computer revolution. And for all you know, then you'll be there doing those dharnas and morchas, you know, which some of the students do. Of course, a lot of them are legitimate, but we don't want to be in that category. So just to be employable, just to be part of society, ESG has to come in now at every level, at school level. And that is the whole idea why we are saying, let's bring it in school and nothing more. It's just to secure your future. Thank you.